Yo, what's up guys? HQ meet and greet again here from HQ headquarters, Barcelona. We're here with our brother George, aka DJ Ease, founder of Nightmare and Wax and a member of our club. So, welcome bro.
Thank you for welcoming me.
Yeah.
Happy to be here, man.
Thank you. So please come and introduce yourself. Where you from? We know where you're from, UK. We know if you're from Leeds. You're founder of Nightmare and Wax. But please tell us about your background. Especially, I want to know your hip hop background because I think that we're here on the same.
Well, I was born in Leeds, which is in the region of Yorkshire in England, and I was brought up originally around sound system culture, reggae sound system culture, from around the age of 9 years old. I was surrounded by, in my neighbourhood and in my community, sound systems, reggae sound clashes. I was never old enough to go to the dances, but when I was young, I had a really close friend whose brother owned a sound system called Messiah. Yeah. And basically, they used to have a storage place across the street from my school. And that's where they used to build speaker boxes. So I used to go.
It was 80s?
This is 80s. Yeah, this is 70s, man.
70s?
Yeah, this is
bro.
probably I would say between 77 and 78. So like 7 to 8. No,
that's when I was born.
Yeah. Sorry, 79. 79
no.
So we go from school, watch them building speakers, and that really got my attention, really. I listened to music anyway because I had music in my house from my sister was a disco dancer, my dad had his record collection and all that sort of stuff. So music was in the house, but not in a playing sense. Radio was there. My dad used to go jive dancing 3 times a week and listen to jive and stuff like that. So music was in the house, like I say, but not in a playing sense.
Yeah.
But the reggae sound system thing and building speaker boxes, I was really fascinated with. And as a young, curious boy, I was into electronics and I like to take things apart. I was never good at putting them together, but I like to take them apart. So the building the speaker boxes really got my attention, watching them build these speaker boxes. And in my neighborhood, there was a TV warehouse where they used to repair TVs.
Yep.
And when they used to throw out the old TVs, most people used to climb into these big bins, and then get to the back of the TV and take the valves out. And the kids used to throw them at the wall because they would explode.
Oh yeah, I got you.
So this was the excitement. But I realized that in these TVs, they were speakers. So I started to take the speakers out of the back of the TVs. I got some shoe boxes, and I would cut holes in the shoe boxes and build speaker boxes out of shoe boxes. And I had 8 of these in my room. And that was my first sound system by the age of
From the shoe boxes?
From the shoe boxes.
Shoe boxes sound system?
Yeah. So it was called...
Original, bro.
It was called Echo 45.
Echo 45? Yeah. Why Echo? Because it's an echo.
Yeah, right? Because an echo. Because you're fascinated by sound effects.
It is echo, right?
Yeah. And then in 1982, hip hop happened.
82? Hip hop happened?
Yeah.
What do you mean? It just came...
Well, we had we had Rapper's Delight, right? That happened, which was still disco. It's still disco, yeah. I didn't get the culture, right?
No.
And then Buffalo Girls happened. That video came out, Malcolm McLaren, Buffalo Girls, and that just blew my mind and blew the world apart for me. Because I've been experimenting as a DJ, as a sound system DJ, and there you had breakdancing, you had graffiti, you had scratching, you had rapping, all in one music video. And the next day at school, it was on Top of the Pops. It used to be a weekly show on TV called Top of the Pops, the chart music. But this entered the charts. I saw the video. The next day I went to school and everybody was body popping. That was it. That changed my world. That was it. And that's how hip hop found me. You know.
All right.
I don't think I found hip hop. I believe hip hop found me. Right?
Exactly. This is what happened with me just 10 years later. But yeah. You like this? This is Skittles. You want to try this fruit bowl?
This is nice, it's light, it's smooth.
Yeah, Skittles is a good smoke. It's very smooth,
Yeah.
This one is like also very smooth, also very clean. It's a fruit bowl.
Okay.
I like it, but this, like a fruity, like red fruits or berries, like taste. Tell us about the.
Nice.
All right, hip hop. I got you. I grew up with hip hop, like, but in 90s, from 90 till like yeah.
The golden era.
Yeah, the golden era. Yeah. But I also know that you have some background in breakdancing. That you joined your local breakdancing crew. Tell me about this.
Solar City Rockers.
What?
Solar City Rockers.
Solar City Rockers. I love the name.
Yeah, so basically, through that whole sound system thing, I mean, it's quite a funny story what leads me to this breakdance crew, because when there was like a jumble sale at our school,
Yep.
where they sold second-hand stuff, and one teacher was selling a speaker.
Yeah.
And this speaker was like £5 at the time. It was a lot of money at the time.
Yeah.
And I went home and I begged my mum, begged her, please, I need to get this speaker, and she allowed me to get the speaker. And then my friends who were my crew at the time wanted to borrow the speaker on a particular evening that I was going to go breakdancing at a local like teen disco. And I was like, the speaker's not right, something needs fixing, you can't take the speaker. And then that Monday night I go to the breakdancing thing, I go to school the next day, and half of my crew didn't speak to me. They wouldn't speak to me. And that pushed me away from the people I've been hanging out with for most of my life. It was quite a tough time. And then my sister said to me, oh, her boyfriend's cousin is a breakdancer and he wants to get in touch with you. So he called me up, he asked me if I could break. I said, yeah, I can break. He's like, can you do the windmill? Can you do head spins? Can you do the knee spin?
And you're like, yeah.
Can you do the turtle? Like that. And I was like, yeah, I can do all them things. He's like, right, do you want to come to one of our practices on a Sunday? And that was in Bradford, which is a neighbouring town to Leeds.
All right.
So it was like, like 10 kilometres away.
Yeah, right.
So that was at the age of like probably 12, 13.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That was like going to another world. That was a far away, leaving your own community.
Exactly.
But what happened then changed my life, because on meeting the rest of the crew, the breakdown crew of Soul City Rockers, I met this guy called Kevin Harper.
Kevin Harper, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And he was the body popper of the crew. He was also a human beatboxer.
This is the guy you released the first album with.
Exactly.
Perfect. 91, right?
Yeah. So, and he was the first person I saw scratch in front of my face.
Oh,
he was on his mum's hi-fi system with a big volume like this.
Just one, yeah.
And going and cutting up. And I was like, you have to show me how to do that. You have to show me how to do that. And that was like
the beginning.
The beginning.
Yeah.
The beginning of the beginning of the beginning.
Yeah. Great. You've done so many things. Albums. Anyone from those albums that you like specially, that you're gonna put like at home when you're gonna, like which one
what
from your albums released?
Mine?
Yeah. The Smoker's Delight, can I ask you?
Yeah.
It's just because we in HQ, that's why,
No, I mean, that album, I've had loads of moments that changed my life.
Okay.
That's another one.
That's like one of the...
Yeah, it's like a...
keystone.
You have it's like a cornerstone,
okay.
Right? It's like something happens in your life that then pushes you in another direction. So if I go back, the speaker pushed me in another direction.
And that was another
And then the breakdancing and everything pushed me in another direction.
I got you, bro.
Brought me to production.
I got you, bro.
So Smoker's Delight was an idea I had going back to a friend's house on one night. I was on acid.
Boom.
And I was sat there and we was listening to the KLF Chill Out album.
KLF, yeah.
The Chill Out album. And I was like, you know what? And I was already making samples and this shit. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do my version of a Chill Out album, but it's going to be a hip hop Chill Out album, and I'm going to call it Smoker's Delight.
Smoker's Delight.
It was like that. It was like it was downloaded from somewhere. Bam. And that, obviously, the album was then released 5 years later. It was a 5-year period.
Terpy?
Yeah.
Terpy, huh? Yeah. So bring us back to the first time you smoked a joint. When, where, with whom, how it happened?
Well, I was in Bradford. I was with
Bradford, that neighborhood, right?
I was in with my crew.
With your crew.
And at the time we had a manager, and we were all chilling back at his house. This man, it was called a guy called Jerome James.
Jerome James.
And a friend of ours, Delroy, and the crew's brother, he sold a bit of weed. And we were like, yo, let's put some money together and let's get a joint. So there were 7 of us. We all I think we had to pay like £2 for a joint, but 7 of us had to put the money in.
Yeah, that's great.
Right? And we got, I think in the end we got like, I think we got 2 joints, or might have been 1 joint, and we shared it. And
How old were you?
then I reckon we must have been, I want to say 14,
14?
maybe.
Okay.
Maybe 13.
Yeah, 14, yeah,
something
that's
like
the
that.
same age, yeah.
And out of the 7 people, 2 guys were sick.
Whoa. I mean, sick.
You know, because obviously it was the first time they got dizzy and that, and it was Red Seal resin. That's what we smoked.
Okay.
Yeah. So it wasn't weed, it was resin. You know?
Yeah, it was hash.
Yeah, it's hash. So yeah, man, it was. That's
You
my
hash
first memory.
smoker? You like hash, weed? What's the percentage?
Now because
Extractions?
well, I don't smoke any tobacco, so unless I have something herbal to add to it, I can't really smoke hash, you know.
Okay.
So
I got you.
I prefer to smoke weed,
I got you.
but right now, lately,
Extractions, dabs? Do you
vapes,
dab?
yeah, well,
vaping?
recently I'm vaping.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Like
I do.
it? It's
yeah,
different.
man, it's easier.
But you prefer like old school, like a joint, right? Like this.
It depends where I am. If
Okay.
I'm on the beach, the joint's good, right?
Yeah.
If I'm just like moving around doing my thing, a vape is like convenient,
Yeah.
you know? So, I mean,
Indica or sativa?
sativa, I think, man. You know? Sativa's good for me, you know? It's like,
I got this question from our followers. Thank you guys for that. What type of music, artist, or band inspires you to get even more musically elevated after smoking?
wow.
You smoke a joint, then you at home you put some music just to because you want to follow the vibe. And what is this?
Yeah, if I'm gonna
Jimi
go,
Hendrix,
if I'm
what,
like,
I don't know. Like
yeah. If I'm in the zone, well, obviously
Hip hop.
Bobby's gonna be in there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, Marvin Gaye's gonna be
Marvin
in there.
Gaye, Marvin Gaye.
What's
Yeah.
going on?
What's going on?
Always my go-to if I just need to.
It's only up.
If I need to be, you know, like music is amazing, right? In the sense that if your head's too busy, just put on some music. You know, if your head's too busy, smoke a joint. It's the same thing, right? So for me, yeah, to bring me back into the space and have balance.
Yeah.
Marvin Gaye, what's going on, or Kaya, the Kaya album,
Kaya,
are the ones they bring me
yeah.
back here. You know, brings me back here. You know, so I would say that they would be my go-tos.
All right.
You know, for hip hop, me, it's normally if I'm stoned and I'm driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm just like, if you want to get on some beats, it's
You
just
put
like.
you put on the UK rap, or you just like
Nah, but
East Coast, West Coast, what you prefer?
I'm not.
You're not like that.
Yeah. I'm not like if it's popping, it's popping. You
That's
know
it.
what I mean?
That's
Yeah,
it.
You know.
I'm with you, brother. Where did the name Nightmares on Wax? This is a fucking cheesy question, bro. But yeah, I have to.
But most people
The
don't
name.
know. Most people don't know the answer.
No.
No. They can guess. You can guess. Let's. Why don't you guess?
Nightmares on Wax. It's something with a trip from I don't know, wax. What the wax is like? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So, you know, it's because
All right, just leave it like that.
You know, people always.
I have another question. Maybe it's because I don't want to, you know, like if you don't want. What about because you are DJ Ease? What the Ease stands for?
Experience a sample expert.
Great stuff.
And that was given to me by my bro, rest in peace, Toz180, one of my MCs. He gave me that title.
That's cool. Spain. You like Spain? You live in Spain, right? You told me you live in Ibiza.
Yeah.
For what? Last.
Yeah. Well, I've been obviously. I have a studio in Ibiza, a recording studio and stuff and that. So you know, when I'm back, I'm in Ibiza. You know,
Okay.
but I'm traveling so much.
right.
I'm like in and out all the time. So, but
Okay.
yeah. If I was gonna go home, I would go home there. You know?
Any places you prefer? Your favorite places to play here in Spain?
To play in Spain?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say Wax the Jam, my event in Ibiza, because it brings people from all over the world. You know, and whether obviously I get all the locals, which is a beautiful thing. but it's a great space to share music with people from all over, all different walks of life.
Okay, we have well, it's just the Thursdays, Fridays when a friend of ours, our DJ, somebody's coming to put some music. This is what we do, and we call it smoking room. You know, the smoking room.
Yeah.
So we are big fans of analogic and vinyl. And why do you think it's so important to reflect both of these worlds in music right now, if it is important?
I think that the story of vinyl is quite simple. Everybody thought it was going to disappear, and it would not leave. So it's meant to be here, right? You know, it's not something that should be denied, but it's not something that you have to be involved in.
Yeah, but it happens with so many other things like VHS tapes, like with the cassettes.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, the floppy disks, everything is like.
Yeah, exactly.
But vinyl is staying there. It's crazy.
Yes, because.
So is it like a culture? It's a subculture.
But I don't think it's just down to the culture. Do you know what I mean? It's like we've got to think about what you're listening to, the thing that's tangible. We live in a world that's so digitized right now, right? Is what is tangible. Yeah,
tangible. Yeah.
So something that where you buy something. This is not for everybody. Something where you buy something,
collectible.
You can read it, you can listen to it while it's playing. You've got information.
Oh, yeah.
It's in your hands. It's something that person has got their own personal experience of how they got it. Even if they walked into a record shop today and bought it, they're going to remember that day that they bought that record. You know? So it's more than just. To me,
it's a story behind this one. Yeah.
It's a relationship, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's not for everybody. Some people just like to download music and love music to bits. That's cool too. You know. So when I think about making music, because the same example as vinyl and digital is, can I make the perfect marriage between vinyl and digital through analog and digital? Sorry. You know, I think that's a beautiful challenge. I don't think one should be like, this is better than this is better than that. Each thing has a benefit. You know, has a benefit. If I didn't have digital, I wouldn't be able to have like 7,000 songs on my phone.
Yeah.
You
that's right. Yeah, that's totally.
You know.
Yeah, for sure. Look, I got an amazing team, and they preparing amazing questions here, and this one is super crazy. But I think it is the good one. When talking to Juice Magazine about what your album Feeling Good is about, you said that you use music as that channel to raise the vibration, and that the vibration is to remember who we really are.
Yeah.
Do you think that we can say this in parallel with weed?
Yes, definitely. But like I said earlier,
it's like it happens the similar things with cannabis, you think?
I think you can get lost in the conscious mind. Yeah? You can get lost in the conscious mind. So it doesn't even have to be stressful, but you can overthink something. You just keep thinking, right? You like listen to some music, or you like smoke a joint. It's going to bring you back to the present. And that's where everything exists. Right? And when your
magic happens.
When you're present, when you're truly present, right? You can connect to the happiness, you can connect to what you are. Yeah? When you're sad and when you're in a heavier vibration, you're not truly present because you are judging yourself by your experience. Being in the present is just the present. That's all it is. There's no story.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. So
yes, the reality.
If music can bring you back to that space, and definitely marijuana can bring you back to that space, you know. But for me as well, from a creative point of view, you know, like when I was younger, it was like, you know, smoke, just get us wasted. How much can you do? Do a bong, let me smoke it on doing a headstand. You know, all these crazy things.
Yeah.
And then as time goes on and you understand the relationship with marijuana, because this is a sacred plant.
Yes.
You know, it has a spirit.
Of course.
So you're connecting your spirit with another spirit. So when you start to have gratitude and a good relationship with it, you can use it for many things consciously. You know? So it will open up your creative juices, your imagination. You know, you can also go the other way and get lost. Do you know what I mean? But that's important. That's why I think it's important to communicate with the plant, you know, in your own personal way, you know.
It's very interesting. This theory is very interesting. I'm serious about that. Thank you again for your answers, for your vibe, and just maybe the last thing, tell us about, and you know, a message for HQ followers and people, how you feel it here.
I would say if you like good vibes, this is the place to be. I mean, my mind's been blown today. I've only been here, what, 45 minutes, 1 hour?
Oh, really?
And you know, I've been to many places that are similar to this, but not like this. This is pretty next level. I feel like we're in the future already, right?
Thank you, brother.
Bless you, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Thank you.
One love.
Ciao, bros. That's it. We're done.